Let's read our final team real quick.
All right, our team's a monster team.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Right Bench Podcast. I'm Charlie.
And I'm James.
This will be Season 3, Episode 4. We're coming up on a year, James.
4.
I'll check.
Wow, that is crazy to think about.
I'll check on when the date was, but we're recording this on September 27th.
Yeah, it was right around the MLB. October. It was right around the MLB playoffs.
It was October. It was like middle October. So I'll check it when it gets close, and we'll see. We'll probably do something. Anyway, so this episode about building an All-MLB team, which is like All-NBA, but All-MLB. You get it.
Yeah, we're bringing back some baseball for you.
Yeah, recent rundown. We're going to do the 1 minute or less again because that was fun.
It was.
And with NFL picks of the guest and Dawg will be. Alright.
We do have another guest picker.
So let's get into the All-MLB team. So there's a guest picker every week, by the way.
There will be.
I mean, unless there's like something crazy happens. I want to preface this by saying I have a bunch of stats here, and they're all as of Wednesday the 25th. Season ends on the 29th. So 4 days before, they won't change that much, you know?
Yeah, and I want to point this out. There's still a lot of teams vying for playoff position.
There's only a couple.
I believe it's the Diamondbacks. They need to win, 2 more? Tigers need to win 1 more. Royals need to win 1 more. So there is some playoff implication on the line, which we haven't actually gotten in a while, I feel like, in the MLB, where it really comes down to the last 3 weeks of the season, or last 2 weeks of the season.
There's that 1 year with
I'm saying in the last, 2 years, though.
Yeah, I think 2 or 3 years ago, the Yankees and the Red Sox tied.
Yep.
So they, played a game.
I remember that.
I think that was 3 years ago. Anyway, all the divisions are set. Baltimore, so it's Kansas City, Detroit, and Minnesota are fighting for the last 2 spots in the AL.
Which I think it's going to be Royals, Tigers, because all they have to do is win a game.
Back. It's pretty much over. They had a slow fall from grace. So it was like a slow death.
Yeah, the thing with getting in the playoffs, it's like if you can control your own destiny, it's like the best case scenario, and that's what the Twins can't really do anymore.
The Twins could for a while.
Yeah, but they just dropped.
And the Padres are in the wild card, and then Mets, Diamondbacks, Braves for the last 2 spots there. Yep. Braves are only a game back, so that'll be close.
Yep.
That's the only one that'll really be close. Except for seeding. And all the buys are set too. So all the buys are set and all of the divisions are set.
Correct.
We'll talk about that in recent one now. Anyway,
all right.
I do it. So another thing to preface: all the WAR I have wins above replacement. It basically says how good you are as a player as a number.
Yeah, it's actually a really cool stat.
Yeah, no one knows the algorithm. It just is.
Yeah.
All my WAR is B WAR. So there's B WAR and F WAR.
Yeah.
I have B WAR. And then this little exercise will be James's ultimate ball knowing test.
Dude, I have some ball knowledge for y'all.
All of season 2. We practiced, and this is the ultimate test.
We did.
And there will be questions throughout that I will tell you.
I think I did
There's one option.
I think I did pretty good.
You don't have to, this is a discussion, right? This is but there's a couple where I will be quizzing you, and we'll see if I failed you or not.
Alright.
So let's get into it. We'll start with catcher. So it'll be 1 for each position, 1 player for each position. So it's not like league, it's just all MLB. And then 3 outfielders. We can decide if we need a center fielder later. And then 2 starters, 2 relievers.
Okay.
So let's start with catcher. I have 2 real guys here that I think have a shot. What do you think?
So my pick, and I only had 1 pick for me. I thought about Contreras. That was a guy I looked at from the Brewers. But I ended up going with Adley Rutschman.
That's wrong.
Adley Rutschman is, in my opinion, my favorite catcher to watch. He's leading the Orioles to the playoffs once again. Him and Gunnar Henderson are the two. He actually really hasn't. If you really look at his stats, he really hasn't been horrible. And Adley Rutschman is a guy who I just love, and I think he brings the most to his team. So that's who I put in my catcher position.
Okay, well I think.
I looked
at a complete exercise between us, right? Okay, and I'm very against that. So Adley Rutschman batted .250 this year. Not good. 19 home runs, 77 RBI. That's solid. On base percentage 319. So he had a good year, 3.3 WAR. But I think there's 2 guys that clearly surpass him, at least. And one of those guys is Salvador Perez,
fair,
who hit 271 with a 331 on-base percentage, 790 OPS, which is really good, especially for a catcher, with 27 homers, 100 ribbies, and a 2.6 WAR, so not as much WAR because of his defense, but had a great year. And I think there's going to be the consensus here is William Contreras.
It is, yeah, and that's what I looked at. The stats don't lie.
Listen to this guy.
They don't lie.
He's a catcher. He hit 283 with a 366 on-base percentage, 23 homers, and 4.8 WAR. Solid defender. I think it's William Contreras.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I wanted to pick Adley because he's one of my favorite players to watch. But I think William Contreras, with the year he's had and how the Brewers have done, especially without Yelich for most of the year, I don't know. It's a big step up, I'd say, from a guy like that, and I think that's fair putting him in the catcher spot.
Yeah, if Yelich hadn't gotten hurt in, July maybe, maybe June, he would have been in this discussion and probably.
Yep. He would have been. You're right. So next, do you want to go to?
We're gonna go to first base.
First base.
Yes.
All right. So I went with. I thought about two guys mainly, and the first one is you're totally gonna disregard. I went with Freddie Freeman, that's not the guy who I really want to say. I think it's Bryce Harper. I
wish it was.
I think he's the best first baseman in my opinion, and then Freddie Freeman, in my opinion, just brings so much to the Dodgers team. I really think that the Dodgers would have. I mean, not a playoff fall off, but they'd have a fall off for sure if Freddie Freeman was not on this team. The stats this year were not great, but I think he's a guy who just brings a lot to his team. And then Bryce Harper is obviously probably the best player on the Phillies.
Definitely.
And he's definitely the best player on the Phillies. Yeah, okay. And I don't know. Him moving to first base, I don't know. I like that spot.
All right. Freddie Freeman is a guy that was talked about all year in these positions, and he has kind of taken a little dip at the end of the year. He was in my third spot here. Then 281 with 22 homers and a 4.5 WAR. Amazing. And then I had Bryce Harper, who I really want to pick. I really do. 30 home run season, 4.7 WAR, 287 average. But he did fall off a little bit. Got hurt for a couple weeks. But then I looked at the guy that has really surged at the second half. Like, he's been on his team that's not really been in the picture. We thought it would be in the picture, but now is not. Really the whole year. Kind of flew under the radar, but had an amazing second half. How about Vladimir Guerrero Jr.? Ready for this? 324 average, 397 on base percentage, almost 1,000 OPS, 30 homers, same as Bryce, 102 RBI, 15 more than Bryce, and 6.2 WAR, 1.5 more than Bryce.
So he had an amazing season. I still expected more from Vladdy G. I expected more from the Blue Jays in general. And I don't know. It's a disappointing team, and that's why I couldn't put him there. I understand that the stats are there, but I don't know. Just seeing him as a player, I think the other two bring more to their teams, in my opinion. Blue Jays didn't make the playoffs, did they?
No, but that's not. It's individual. This is an individual award we're giving out.
I know. It's a thing where he led his team in almost every single stat, which is fair, but he didn't lead him to a playoff spot, right?
Yeah, that's different in baseball because so much more. Like in basketball, a guy can drop 40 a game, get you to the playoffs, and then but you have to have a full team to get to the playoffs in baseball.
The Blue Jays are a pretty good team, though.
Yeah,
if we're thinking about it, they're a good team. So, if they're a good team, he's the best player on his team, and he couldn't bring him to a playoff spot, that was just really surprising to me when I was looking at the standings. And that's why I just couldn't pick him. He was there for me, but I still think Bryce Harper's the best first baseman in baseball.
You want to flip a coin?
Yeah, let's flip a coin. Let's flip a coin.
You got Bryce. I want to pick Bryce, but I just don't pick.
I think we can get 2 Phillies in there, maybe 3.
No, we're not gonna get any Phillies in here.
Dude, you can definitely get a Philly in here.
Maybe a starting pitcher, but that's it.
Yeah. Here, you want me to look it up? You want me to flip it on my computer?
Yeah, you do on your computer.
All right. Maybe the coin will be nice to me if I flip it on my computer. All right.
Oh wait, I'm flipping right now. Okay.
Give me heads. Give me heads.
Oh, he's already heads. We'll flip it again.
Yeah, that's fine.
You want heads?
Oh.
Tails never fails. We're gonna go with Vlad.
All right. That's fair. You know, coin flip's actually 51-49.
Yeah, I didn't know that because heads is more weight or something.
It is. Yeah.
All right. Let's do second base now.
This is an easy pick for me.
Okay. Well, this is one of my ball knowledge questions. I haven't been impressed with their ball knowledge so far.
Okay.
So we're gonna see what this ball knowledge question. Number one, official. Who's the second baseman?
Who is the second?
Who is it? You tell me. It's one option.
Oh, who did I pick?
Yeah. No.
I went with
What? You got it.
I went with Ketel Marte for the Diamondbacks. He was the best player for the Diamondbacks this year. We thought it was going to be Corbin Carroll. And if you really look at it and you really look at the stats, I wanted to pick Jose Altuve. Didn't have as great as a year. Ketel Marte's stats were truly the best out of any of the second basemen. And he was the best player on the Diamondbacks. He might be leading them to a playoff spot once again. That's a big deal in my opinion, and Ketel Marte was my second baseman.
I didn't even have him down. That was such a I'm joking. Ketel Marte.
Yeah.
295.
Boom!
295, 374, 940 OPS. 800 is good, guys. 940 is amazing.
Yeah.
35 homers, 6.8 WAR, 8 is MVP level.
And he was the starting second baseman in the All-Star game. And he kind of flew under the radar, but actually played better in the second half of the season.
Yeah, he's been.
And Ketel Marte has just been a guy. I think he's had his most home runs in his career this year. And that's just a guy who, once again, is leading a team to, in my opinion, I think a playoff spot. I think a Diamondbacks get in. So.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, he will get a couple MVP votes, I would think.
Which is fair. That's totally fair.
Because, those people Tony doesn't play the field. Might get that vote. Maybe Lindor. I don't know. But Altuve did have a great year with a 293 average, 20 homer season from him, 20 stolen bases. So 2020 season, but it's Ketel Marte.
You know who I picked at the beginning of the year to lead my averages?
Who?
Altuve.
He didn't.
He did pretty well though.
293.
It's not Arise though. Everyone thought it was gonna be him. But he still was like top 5.
Arise, yeah, he's top 5. He's Bobby Witt Jr. though.
Yeah.
He's God. All right.
We'll get to him in a minute.
Yeah, good. That's gonna be another ball knowledge question for you.
Yeah, don't worry.
Anyway, third baseman. This is another
easy pick.
Really good one. It's relatively easy. I do want to shout out a few guys. Matt Chapman had a 7 WAR. Talk about defense. And Alec Boehm had the best average of all third basemen. He was All-Star Game starter in the National League. And then Manny Machado, who I wrote down as my third best third baseman, maybe even second, because 276 average, 325 on base percentage, 29 homers, 100 RBIs. So
another guy who I think flew under the radar this year.
Yeah, shot him in the second half for sure. Had a great year. His defense has been down though. That's why it's only 3 WAR.
Which is usually like really good, right?
It's 0 to 2. 8 is like MVP caliber.
No, but like Manny Machado's defense is usually
good.
He's
usually a prime defender. This year, kind of a down year. Maybe getting old. I don't know.
Hey, my ball knowledge is getting better, guys.
Oh yeah, it's looking good. Rafael Devers is another guy. 28 homers.
That's not who you went with?
3.7 WAR. No, you're wrong.
Okay.
Ball knowledge down.
Okay.
272 on average. 871. Had a great year. Kind of shot down a little bit, and not shot down, but had a little bit of a low second half compared to a guy that might have 40-40 this year, and is getting very close. Jose Ramirez, 279, 334, 867 slash line. 38 homers, 40 stolen bases. That was as of Wednesday, so he had like 4 games to get 2 homers to get 40-40. 115 RBIs and a 6.2 WAR. It's got to be Jose Ramirez.
Yeah, and that's fair. And I think I had a bias pick here because Devers is once again probably one of my top 5 players, like favoritism wise. And Devers had an amazing season, truly. I think Boston was probably my favorite team that didn't make the playoffs, the most fun team to watch. Boston was a fun team with Duran and Devers and their young core. They look like they could be good in the next couple of years. So I think Devers here was my pick. I'd say another bias pick or a homer pick. But I honestly didn't even think about Cleveland. I wasn't even looking at that. So I think that's fair. With the stats you showed me, I think we can go with that. That's fair.
What I just did is I went to like the ESPN. I went sort by each position.
Yeah, I tried to do that and I couldn't find it. So
really?
Yeah. Tried to like sorted by every position.
Okay.
Just like first one pop up. Nah, that's not sure. But.
All right. So far I think we're doing good. So let's get a shortstop. Do you want to shout out a couple guys? Ellie De La Cruz, 65 stolen bases. And Mookie Betts would probably be the winner or close without his injury.
Yes. He
He was going to win the MVP. And Francisco Lindor had a great season as well. Might get a couple MVP votes. Sorry about all this shining on the table here.
It's alright.
It's hurting my eyes, kind of. And then, so it's a 2-man race, though. 2-horse race. I thought it might be Lindor in here, too, or Ellie, but I saw the stats, and it was like, this is a 2-horse race, for sure. So who do you think it is, James?
Knowledge
question.
I ended up going with Bobby Witt Jr.
Don't say it like that.
I thought of Lindor, because Lindor's had an amazing season.
You went with Bobby Witt Jr.
I went with Bobby Witt Jr. because he genuinely would win an MVP if Shohei was not in the conversation.
He's in the AL, so it's Aaron Judge.
If Aaron Judge was not in the conversation, my bad. Lindor would have a chance at winning the MVP if Ohtani wasn't in the conversation. So, 2 amazing options, but I ended up going with Bobby Witt Jr. He also plays for the freaking Royals. Can we talk about that too? I mean, they've been great, and he's led this team. Him and Salvi.
Pitching staff too.
But Bobby Witt Jr. is a guy who, in my opinion, I did not think would be in this position at the end of the year. But good for him and good for his young career. Bobby Witt Jr. gets the shortstop position for sure.
Yeah, I think he was the first player in Royals history.
You want me to hit those blinds?
No, it's fine. I think he was the first player in Royals history to have two straight seasons of 30-30.
Okay.
First 2 seasons in the league.
Crazy.
Everyone was talking about how good this guy would be, and I was like, I'm not going to believe it till I see it. I thought he'd be good, especially since he had 30-30 last year, but this, nah. 333 average as of Wednesday night. I don't know where it is now. 32 home runs, 31 stolen bases, so another 30-30 season. 108 RBIs and a 9.4 WAR.
Yeah, that's pretty
8
good.
is an MVP level season.
That's so crazy. He's not winning the MVP.
He's so fast,
yeah.
such a good defender, such a good arm. He's a 5-tool player, and he is the pick. Gunnar Henderson, though, really good player this year. Kind of slowed down in the second half, but he was the guy for the first few months of the season. It was Judge versus Gunnar. Now it's Judge versus Bobby Witt. Gunnar, however, 282 average, 903 OPS, 37 homers, an 8.9 WAR, so still an MVP level season from him and his defense. Just not enough to get Bobby Witt Jr.
Yeah, I mean,
who basically
crazy thing about
who shot up after the All-Star game. At the All-Star game, it was Gunnar versus Judge.
Yeah, I thought Gunnar kind of slowed down, but
yeah, I mean, it averaged down to 282.
Yeah, I thought Gunnar Henderson would have a chance at winning the MVP.
Yeah, everyone did, right? But, and Bobby Witt Jr. just shot up out of nowhere. I think it was like his first 10 games. He was batting like 500 out of the All-Star break. So he's a dude. Let's get in the outfield.
Okay. Can we get the obvious pick out of
Lots of discussion out. I think there's two obvious picks. Lots of discussion here. Can I shout out a few guys first?
You can. Go ahead.
Stephen Kwan, great contact hitter, decided to swing harder this year. Started hitting homers. I'm not joking.
No, I'm serious. It's just funny the way you said it.
Anthony Santander, like I said, heard of him. 40 homers.
Yeah.
Teoscar Hernandez, 30 homers. Home run derby winner. $1 million for him. Riley Green led Detroit to a playoff spot. Probably. I think it's pretty much over now. He's great.
Maybe.
They're 3 games.
The White Sox are in there. White Sox are there.
We'll talk about them in a few minutes in recent rundown. All right. So yeah, let's do the top 2 out the way. I think there's 2.
So I think the main one who's going to win the MVP and is maybe the best player in baseball, second best player in baseball. Aaron Judge. I mean, that's he played a lot of center field this year, which is
why we need Kyle as our center fielder.
Which is impressive in outright, honestly. Because he used to play right field. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, right field.
Yeah,
I think he moved back kind of.
That's pretty impressive though to go from right field to center field. It's a big change. And Aaron Judge still hitting the way he hits. I mean, Aaron Judge breaks records every year. Like, it's insane to think about. And he's one of my favorite players to watch. I hate that he plays for the Yankees, but
yes.
Aaron Judge is the number 1 pick, and he will win the MVP in center field.
Yeah, let's make a little excursion. I think he's back to right field now, by the way.
Is he?
There was
Did
an
he
injury,
move back?
I think they pulled up Dominguez, too, so he's playing center.
Gotcha.
Anyway, let's play the game. What do you think Aaron Judge's average was this year?
Whew, I mean,
you take the precedent of the
I know it was higher than it usually is.
What do you think? Quick guess.
Let's go 305.
323.
Okay, it's not. I was close. Not bad.
I mean, it's freaking awesome. I think it's like second. I think Bobby Witt.
Yeah, I think he is.
So
maybe third.
Back to 800 OPS is good, right? 900 is great. What was Aaron Judge's OPS?
910.
1,158.
Jeez,
how many homers did he have? As of Wednesday,
I think he hit 57, right?
He's at 56 on Wednesday. He was at 6. He's at 58 as of Thursday. So he had 2 homers.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's at 58 as of now. So he has
wild.
like 2-3 games left, 58 homers. Could he get 60?
It's
maybe.
Crazy to think about.
RBIs, quick.
I mean, what? 105.
139.
Jeez.
And WAR. You heard Bobby Witt's WAR.
Let's go with. Is it higher than Bobby Witt's? No, it's lower. I'm pretty sure it's lower. I'm gonna go 9.1.
10.4.
Jesus.
So that's just freaking awesome. I think there's one more obvious pick if you want to try to get some ball knowledge on me real quick.
I mean, my pick that I just wanted to pick was Juan Soto, but
okay, there you go.
Is that an obvious pick? Is it okay? Juan Soto is my favorite player in the MLB. If you didn't know, wait, maybe behind Cody Bellinger, but
okay. What
I
about,
love Juan Soto.
Kyle DeBarge.
Kyle DeBarge is not in MLB yet, but just wait. Minnesota Twins franchise, so he'll be up in a couple years.
All right, yeah. He batted 286 this year. I hadn't heard about him much in the second half, so I thought maybe this won't be an obvious pick. He had 40 homers and 100 RBIs.
He's outshined by Judge though.
7.6 WAR. He had like his on base percentage is 417. That's like almost 150 over his average. That's how much walks he's taken. And OPS is 987, close to 1 dotting it. So it's freaking awesome.
Yeah, I mean, truly. Like, I mean, it's crazy to put 2 Yankees here, but we kind of have to. Their team's just so good.
Yeah.
But
so now I think there's a really close 3-horse race to this last spot.
I just picked. I have no I just picked a left fielder.
I'm thinking you picked Jarren Duran.
No, I didn't.
You didn't.
I wanted to, but
that's where I'm leaning. I think
because he played a lot of center field.
These guys can play wherever they want.
I know, but I just picked a left fielder because I wanted to do it.
Who did you pick?
I picked Kyle Schwarber. I wanted to throw a Philly in there.
He's a DH.
He played a little bit of left field though this year, so I just wanted to throw him in there. It's not a good pick at all. I couldn't think of a left fielder, so just go with yours.
So this is a 3-horse race. You have 2 Padres. We already have 2 Yankees. I have 2 Padres here and a Red Sox. Jarren Duran.
That's what I would put.
It was Jackson Merrill and Jurickson Profar.
Yeah, Profar.
The $1 million man.
You know Jurickson Profar started in the MLB All-Star game this year?
He did. So let's just see some stats. I don't want to read all these guys' stats. Kind of stat loading, y'all. So pick a few stats we can compare. This is a really good discussion now.
I want to look at Profar and Merrill. Is this who we're looking at?
And Duran.
Let's go with, let's start with home runs.
Home runs? It was 24 and 24 each for the San Diego boys, Merrill and Profar, and 21 for Durant. So super close.
That surprises me that Profar.
There's one stat that I think might pull Durant away from the rest.
Let's go with WAR.
Jaren Duran, 8.7.
Wow.
4.2 for Jackson Merrill, 3.8 for Jerson Profar. I don't know how. I don't think
Profar.
That's I don't know if that's really warranted, but sure.
Yeah.
Jaren Duran's a great defender. Maybe one more.
Let's go
what about
with
stolen bases? Because Jaren
I was gonna go with RBI. I was gonna go with RBI.
That's not even they use.
It's not.
Because that's a lot of like who's on base.
Let's do stolen bases.
On your team,
Let's
on
see.
base.
Let's see stolen bases.
I only had Jaren Duran with 34 because the other two didn't really have a lot.
Merrill had a little bit.
But other than that, I think they're really equal.
Yeah.
All high twos on average. All Jerson Profar's on base percentage is 384, which is really good. And OPSs are about similar. So I'm leaning Jaren Duran here.
I'll go Jaren Duran. I do want to talk about. So I went to a game. I went to a Padres game. What was it? This summer. Yeah, this summer. It was Padres versus Braves. And I watched Jackson Merrill and Profar play. Profar had like a 4-hit game. He went nuts. He's truly like, I don't understand where he came from, but like he's amazing. And then Merrill, there's still a chance that he could win Rookie of the Year. Most likely not. But in any other race where Paul Skeens is not in it, I think Merrill wins it pretty easily. I think it's gonna be close.
As LSU fans would be surprised, like it's close.
Yeah, no. And Jackson Merrill, I mean, gave a spark to this Padres team. That's why they're in the playoffs, in my opinion. But I don't know. I like Jackson Merrill a lot. He's one of my favorite players to watch, like live this summer. I went to a Dodgers and a Padres game, and I mean, he was probably my favorite player to watch out of all of them.
16 stolen bases for Merrill.
Yeah, so Merrill had an amazing season, so I just wanted to shout him out. But I think Durant's the pick.
Yeah, he is. Jerson Profar, he was solid when he was young on the Padres. Went other places, stunk, and then came back to the Padres and was good. What?
Wow, he used to be at the Padres? I don't know.
Yeah, he had started with the Padres. Jerson Profar and the Padres, I mean, don't quote me on that. I'm pretty sure. Jerson Profar and the Padres jersey is like nothing else. So yeah, let's do DH. This is tough for me, James.
Are you joking?
Right,
okay, so.
Nobody, okay, I'll press this. Nobody that's ever put on a glove, ever picked up a bat can say they're a better baseball player than Shohei Ohtani.
I'll say that's fair, especially in the modern era. I don't think he's the GOAT yet, in my opinion.
Not yet. He's not the greatest, but he's the best.
He'll be the greatest of all time in 5 years, max. And he's the smartest baseball player I've ever seen, truly. Either with his baseball IQ and his money IQ. The contract thing is one of the smartest things I've ever seen.
That's just more of a Dodgers thing, I think.
What do you mean?
The Dodgers were like, we'll pay you $2 million so that we can win, and then we'll pay you the rest of it later.
It's crazy. But, yeah, so Shohei Ohtani's the DH. Easily. There's no one else involved. He's the best player in baseball. He had the best season out of anybody. And he wasn't even pitching this year. He could be the best pitcher in baseball and the best hitter in baseball. There's been no one ever like this ever. So Shohei Ohtani's an easy pick. There's nothing else I need to say.
Yeah, I think we need to do a little exercise now, though, because there's 3 guys on here that would be a disservice not to talk about. All right?
Okay.
And that are DHs this year.
I guess.
Shohei Ohtani, without Shohei Ohtani, who would we go with? Would it be Marcell Ozuna? Would it be Yordan Alvarez? Or would it be Brent Rooker? All of them are 35-plus homers. Rooker's probably the last guy. I love him, but he's got the most WAR.
Who's Rooker? Is that the
Brent
A's
Rooker,
guy?
A's, yes. He should have been traded. I don't know.
Yeah.
But Brent Rooker had 38 homers, 5.4 WAR, 294 average. Marcell Ozuna, 310 average, 39 homers, 4.6 WAR.
Yeah.
And Yordan, 308, 35, and 5.3.
Yeah, I'd probably go, if I had to pick one, it'd probably be Ozuna.
Yeah.
I think he brought the most to his team. I love Yordan. He would be my homer pick, but I think Ozuna if there's no... But
Yordan
they're not even
surged.
in the race, which is crazy.
Yordan was terrible. Once the Astros started surging, he surged.
Which is crazy that the Astros are the best in that division with, a 10 difference between their wins and losses. But there might not be any 100-win teams this year,
No,
right?
there won't be.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it is a lot of parity.
Yeah, it's cool.
They were down, but I think they were at 10 games back in June, and now they're at 10 games up. So
yeah, I was talking to something with my dad on the phone the other night, and it was the parity in every single sport right now is awesome.
Because the talent level is so much more talent.
So in the NBA, in the MLB, and in the NFL, there's so much parity. Any team can make the playoffs. You've already seen it in the NFL.
San Francisco's 1-2.
Yeah, and it's really cool. And Washington's 2-1 with a rookie quarterback. It's just cool to see. So I think that's something that we should shout out as making a podcast. That is really cool to see in sports when you see teams that the Tigers, for an example, that have been a horrible franchise for forever. Being able to make the playoffs is just a really cool thing.
They surged too. I'm gonna say the word surge a lot because they surged. And I think I have kind of like called out the parody in every league. Like when we do season recaps every year, it's like there's more parody than ever.
Yeah, it's cool.
More parody than ever. Now it's just like all right.
Yeah, it was really cool to think about.
All right, 2 starting pitchers. I have 5 guys to shout out before we get to our top 3. Seth Lugo and Cole Reagans, huge for the
Cole Reagans, yeah.
Cole Reagans. Sorry.
He's awesome. Yeah.
Great for the Royals this year. Seth Lugo coming out of nowhere, and Cole Reagans just being young. Corbin Burns, Logan Gilbert, and Shota Imanaga have all been great.
Okay, so I didn't put any of those guys, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, so it's a clear top 3. Okay, and so we're gonna take 2 of these 3. Chris Sale, Zach Wheeler, Tarek Skubal. These are the top 3. If you disagree, you're wrong.
Wait, Tarek Skubal's a starter. I didn't know that. So I
he's a starter.
I put him as a reliever. I actually didn't know. Skubal. He's
bro.
Skubal is my number 1 pitcher out of anybody.
I didn't know. Positions are right here.
I know. I don't know where I saw it, but Tarek Skubal is 1,000% gonna be one of them.
Yeah,
no doubt.
He's been great for the Tigers this year. 18-4, 2.39 ERA. He's gonna win the Cy Young in the AL.
You think so?
Under 1. Oh, it's
pretty easily.
The other 2 guys are in the National League. So
gotcha.
It's not even close. Under 1 WHIP, over 10 strikeouts per 9, and 6.4 WAR. That's the highest. Let's go ahead and take him.
Yeah, and my other 2 guys that I put here, like as shout-outs, were Paul Skeens, obviously, another homer pick, and Zach Wheeler. But Zach Wheeler did not crack it. I ended up going with Chris Sale because of how much he's brought to Atlanta.
Bone knowledge, baby. Come on.
So I used to be a really big Boston Red Sox fan. I'm not a big of his fan anymore. I still cheer for him. But Chris Sale, when he was in Boston, was a savior for us for a really long time. He was really the only starting pitcher that we had. But I don't know, Chris Sale, the fall off and the injuries, leaving Boston in a bad place, all that kind of stuff, and just coming to Atlanta and giving them a shot at the playoffs when their 2 best starting pitchers go out. It's pretty freaking
Ronaldo
impressive.
Lopez, too. Shout him out, Ronaldo Lopez.
I mean, Chris Sale, what he's done this year for the Braves is amazing. Great for their franchise, and honestly just great for the sport of baseball to see a guy come back from injury after injury and be a starter again and have a chance at the Cy Young. He won't win it, but it's really cool to see. So I went with Chris Sale.
I did forget to shout out Paul Skeens, which is crazy.
Yeah, I wanted to shout him out.
But yeah, a full season of Paul Skeens would be hard to argue against. Yeah. It just isn't a full season.
I think next year he could win the Cy Young, for sure.
He could, for sure. So these are our 2 National League Cy Young, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm so dumb.
Pitchers,
I mean, like, candidates.
Oh, and one thing I wanted to say about Skubal, he's number 1 in strikeouts. He's number 2 in ERA. He's 18-4, which is tied for first. That's insane to think about. Yeah, it is. 18-4 is tied for first.
Chris Sale's 18-3. Maybe he lost since then. Since Wednesday.
Yeah.
I had Chris Sale.
That's what I saw. Yeah. I saw this morning.
18-3.
Okay. My bad.
Yeah.
Either way, Skubal, I mean, he's my favorite pitcher this year for sure. Like just to watch him, he's really fun to watch. Yeah. In the All-Star game, he was fun to watch too. So.
Yeah. So Chris Sale 18-3, Wheeler 16-7. Chris Sale better ERA, Wheeler the better WHIP, Chris Sale the better K per 9, and the better WAR. I think it's Chris Sale.
It's Sale and Skubal.
But Zach Wheeler, and there's the 2 Cy Young winners. But Zach Wheeler has been great. He deserves a shout out.
I also put Garrett Crochet on here too, but he didn't have an amazing season. But it was just cool to see a guy like that for the White Sox.
Yeah, I feel like he should have been traded, and then he also. I feel like I haven't heard his name much, probably because he's on the White Sox.
Yeah.
But since he also break. Anyway, let's move on to our relievers. I have 5 guys here. There's 1 guy that's on here, period. No matter what you want to say. Emmanuel Clase is a .61 ERA.
Yeah, let's go for it.
47 saves, 8.1 strikeouts per 9, and a .65 WHIP. Walks and hits per innings pitched, if you didn't know what that meant. .65.
I did not know what that meant.
Walks plus hits per inning pitched. .65.
Let me look at this. So, if I'm gonna go look at, so I put Clase, and then I also put
Skubal
because I have no ball knowledge apparently.
Yeah. I've been impressed.
Let's go with the one and only.
Don't say it. Go up more.
Let's go with Kyle Finnegan.
That's all. That's even worse.
No clue. Never heard of him. Okay. I can't say Josh Hader because that's just like a whatever pick. But I guess it's Ryan Hensley.
It's Kyle Finnegan has been fine, I guess.
It's Ryan Hensley.
No, I have 4 guys. We can talk about it.
Okay.
Mason Miller, Robert Suarez, Ryan Helsley, and Rizeli.
Mason Miller, isn't that the guy who throws like 107 or whatever?
It's not 107, but it's a lot.
Yeah.
Mason Miller, I think, is going to be crossed out because 2.3 ERA is a little much.
Yeah.
27 saves because he's on athletics, but he's got the most K per 9 by far all these guys, and .88 WHIP, which is good.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I think Robert Suarez also gets crossed off. He's at a .281 ERA, which is even worse. 35 saves because he's on the Padres because they're good. So, other than that, his numbers are good. And so it's Helsley and Iglesias for me. I want to say Helsley just because of the saves. He got 15 more saves than Iglesias. But Iglesias has a better ERA. and the better whip, and it's Helsley on the Cape Bernard. So I'll let you decide. Helsley or Iglesias.
I want to go Helsley.
Do you know what team Iglesias plays for?
That's a good question. It's a red team, isn't
Is
it?
it?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay,
I know it's like a red team. It's either the Reds or the Cardinals.
It's neither of those teams.
Really? It's not?
Guess again. One more guess. Quick.
I was going to say St. Louis. I was going to say St. Louis.
He's on the Braves. Ryan Helsley's on St. Louis, and we're going to pick him.
That's who I meant. That's who I was talking about.
Okay, I said Rizal.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't listening. I would have known that.
Yeah,
No, I would have known that. I would have known that.
Before today, do you know who he was?
Iglesias?
Yeah.
I've heard the name.
Okay. Yeah.
I can't match a face.
That's fine. All right. Let's do. So let's read our final team real quick.
All right. Our team's a monster team.
Our catcher, William Contreras. First base, Vlad Jr. Second base, Ketel Marte. Third base, Jose Ramirez. Shortstop, Bobby Witt Jr. Outfield, we're into Duran in center field, Soto in left, Judge in right.
Mm-hmm.
Had Otani as our DH, Scooble as our first starter, Sale as our second, and Emmanuel Coste as our closer, and Helsley as our long reliever.
Is this team going 172-0?
162 and no.
Close. I was trying to get that right.
It's never gonna happen. All right.
That team would go 170. No, probably not.
Yeah, 162.
They'd have one loss to the White Sox.
Okay. So yeah, let's
the Garrett
do
Crochet pick.
1 minute or less. We're kind of gotta speed up here.
Oh, that's fine. It's in 1 minute. Oh wait, you want me to get the timer, or are you getting?
I got it on my phone.
All right. Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, I'll let you go first. I have my paper here.
Can you tell me
It's a tough one.
Do I have to ask the sport?
Yes. It's a tough one for you today. I don't know if you're gonna get it, but you got a shot. You gotta get in your bag.
Okay.
Ready? 1 minute and 3, 2, 1, go.
NBA.
No.
MLB.
No.
NFL.
Yes.
Okay. NFL on the East Coast.
No, they're not. Yes, they're on the East Coast. Yes.
They're on the East Coast.
Yes.
Do they touch the water? Does the state touch the water?
Their state does touch the water.
Is it
It's not the direction I would go.
Is it southeast?
Yes, it's southeast.
Is it Carolina?
No.
Is it? I'm trying to think of teams. Hold up.
No. No. Whoa.
Okay. Jacksonville. It's
not Jacksonville. You got 30 seconds.
I don't even know how to ask these questions.
I
don't know
you got
the
a
divisions.
division, James.
I don't know the divisions.
Okay, we'll start talking.
NFC East.
NFC East, no.
Is it NFC?
Yes.
Okay. NFC South.
Yes.
Is it Atlanta?
No.
It's not Carolina. It's not Atlanta. Is it New Orleans?
No, they don't.
The Bucks. Okay,
yes,
the Bucks. Quarterback.
No.
Running back.
No.
Receiver.
Yes.
Is it Mike Evans?
No.
Is it
5. 4.
Godwin.
No.
Godwin.
No.
What's his name? What's his name?
Oh,
it's McMillan, isn't it?
No, it's not. It's Trey Palmer. Is the guy.
There's no chance I would have got it.
I
know
think,
3 receivers on Tampa Bay.
Yeah, I thought I didn't know McMillan.
McMillan.
I'm a big Trey Palmer guy. I don't know.
Did he play at LSU?
I don't think so. I think he might have actually.
I feel like he did play at LSU.
Yeah, I feel like he did, but I also feel like he didn't at the same time. I think he did though. LSU boy, Trey Palmer. That's a shame he didn't get it. I
have a good one for you this week. It's either you get it or you don't.
All right, I'll go with Palmer.
It might be fringing on the rules a bit, but I had to say it. So.
Is it a college player? Because you're only supposed to do pros.
Is it no, it's not college.
Okay. Ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1. NBA.
Yes.
Active.
No.
Frick. East.
Yes, most of his career.
Oh my god, fuck you. Okay, East, is it Southeast? Not division, just like Northeast.
No. Yes, it's like Northeast.
Celtics.
No.
What else is Northeast? Washington?
No.
New York Knicks.
I'd say it's more central. Go more central.
New York Bucks.
No.
Knicks.
Let me see the timer. Yeah.
Knicks.
No.
Nets.
Well, yes, Knicks, but not hit for most of his career.
Gosh, Nets.
He played 2 seasons there. No.
Oh gosh, this is terrible. Okay, the last one was too easy, huh?
This one's easy if you can get in your bag right here. These last 15 seconds.
Is he a Hall of Famer?
Fringe. He's not in the Hall of Fame yet.
Is it Derrick Rose?
It is Derrick Rose.
Alright, I'm in my bag. I'm in my bag.
I had to put him in.
Oh, we forgot to do a recent rundown.
That's why we're gonna run through it right now, baby.
Alright, we have to do a recent rundown. Let's do a recent rundown then.
Cue the music.
The LSU Heisman Bowl happened on Monday Night Football. Joe Burrow versus Jane Daniels, and the QBs yielded to the first game ever since 1940 with no punts or turnovers. Did Baker and Kyler do that? No. The White Sox became the losingest team ever with 120 losses and counting. I'm sorry, White Sox fans. This week's MLB playoff clinchers, Baltimore, San Diego clinched the playoffs. All the divisions have been clinched this week, being Philly, Houston, Cleveland, New York Yankees, and Dodgers. And the teams that clinched buys, Philly and the Dodgers, and then Cleveland and then Yankees. Remaining undefeated NFL teams at 3-0, Bills, Steelers, Seahawks, Chiefs, Vikings. Former MVP Derrick Rose retires. Could he be in the Hall of Fame? And the A's win their last game in Oakland before a sellout crowd. That'll do it.
That was one of the most heartbreaking things to watch. Sadly, the A's thing.
Did you hear about the Shohei Ohtani? Somebody said his 50th home run was taken away from him.
Oh well, someone got it, and then the Dodgers tried to buy it back from him, and he said no.
No, it was a fan said I had the ball, and another fan took it from me.
Oh really?
Yeah,
that fan is refusing to sell it to the Dodgers.
Yeah, but the case got the lawsuit got
yeah, I mean it's whatever. And the A's thing was sad. If you see videos, they were shoveling dirt into bottles for kids and old A's fans. It's really cool to see. I go back and watch that game. It's very heartwarming and wholesome, I'd say. So definitely go back and watch that game, or look at the highlights at least.
All right. So, you want to get NFL picks?
Let's go into NFL picks, man. Let's do it.
So, current score, 29-27. I'm up. We tied this week. We had 6 differences, and you had 3. I had 3.
Mm-hmm. Pretty good.
You had a couple of pretty good picks. I picked Carolina because I'm the best.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I wasn't expecting that from Andy Dalton.
Yeah.
Truly, it was pretty cool.
It's just Bryce Young.
Also, Deontay Johnson was open every single freaking play. It was insane. It was insane to watch.
All right, anyway. So, without further ado, let's get our guest picker. I don't know if he's here yet. I just texted him. Luke Talano. Is he there? Come on.
Oh, man. Oh,
okay,
man. Luke Talano.
We have music going now.
Let's get you in here. Welcome. How you doing, dude?
It's pretty good.
You pretty good?
Yeah. All right, put your chair out, Dan.
Oh, man, welcome.
All right.
How's it going, guys?
It's going great. How you doing? You doing good?
Yeah, pretty good.
We're going to move through these pretty quick. We're running low on time, but we're going to make some NFL picks here. 15 of them to be exact. Right, your name is Luke Talano. Your mark to beat this week is 53.3%. You would need 8 to tie and 9 to take the lead.
Jacob went 8-5 last week, right?
8-7.
8-7. 8-7. He's number 1 on the leaderboard right now, but we'll see if Tyler can take a spot.
All right. This is a trophy if you win right here.
Oh yeah.
Trophy.
All right.
Wait. Let me see that. Let's put that in front. Let's put that.
We'll worry about people. All right, you're good. All right, let's go quickly. All right, let's start. New Orleans versus Atlanta. James.
I went with New Orleans. This game's in Atlanta, but I think New Orleans gets back on track and they get one here. I think it's close. I think it's an offensive game, but I have New Orleans winning. Yeah,
so New Orleans is only as good as their O-line is, and their O-line is really banged up right now. Mm-hmm. What's his name? McCoy's out. Ruiz is questionable. I hope I'm wrong. Give me Atlanta. Hope I'm wrong. Give me Atlanta. You got it.
All right, Atlanta.
All right, well, Saints have Derek Carr, so they're going to win.
All right, great pick.
All right,
All
right, Cincinnati, Carolina.
Cincinnati, Carolina. I went with Cincy. I think they get back on track here. They're 0-3 right now. I think they go to 1-3. I think it's a very high-scoring game. I don't think Cincinnati's going to be able to stop Carolina much. But I have Cincy winning this one. Close.
Yeah, Joe Burrow had that game last week where he started to play well. They just couldn't win it. Cincinnati's on the rise. They won't be 0-4. No way Carolina does that twice in a row either.
Yeah, second best quarterback in the history of LSU football.
That's so wrong. Oh my God.
Great bit. Hey, we've talked about this on the podcast before.
We're not even going to start about that. We're not going to start.
Once we get to the Washington game, we'll talk about it.
All right, Denver, New York Jets.
So I went Jets here. I think Denver's the worst team in football. Bo Nix had a great game.
They won last week, by the way.
Yeah, they did. And Bo Nix had a great game. I don't think he does that again. I think the Jets win this one pretty easily. I think Garrett Wilson has a really good game.
The Broncos played well last week, but they're still not good. The Jets are only going to get better. With their chemistry, they're only going to get better if you're in the Jets.
Okay.
Well, Javonte Williams puts up 30 in fantasy. And
who's Devontae Williams?
Javonte.
He's on the Broncos running back. You just don't have ball knowledge.
I thought that was Jaleel McLaughlin.
Oh, he is there too. Yeah, but they're both there.
All right, it's a little one.
Who do you pick?
The Broncos.
Okay.
Yes. He's on your fantasy team?
Yeah,
God, your team's so bad.
All right, Vikings-Packers. Vikings-Packers.
I ended up going with Green Bay in this one. There's a chance that Jordan Love can play. Either way, I'm taking Malik Willis. He's played really, really well. I think he gets himself a starting job next year. I'm taking Green Bay.
Sam Darnold is a playoff-level quarterback. It'll be a well-played game. It'll be close, but give me the Vikings.
Vikings go 4-0 and win it.
All right.
Tampa Bay, Philly.
I ended up going with Philly on this one. Saquon's the best running back in football right now. And I think he continues to do that. And I think they keep rolling. And I think the Bucks drop 2 in a row. I think it's a big game for Philly. I think they win by a lot.
Yeah, Philly has not looked great this year. Tampa Bay has looked pretty good other than last week. So Tampa Bay defense, I think, will just stifle a struggling Philly offense. Give me Tampa Bay.
Yeah, I think the Eagles are going to kill them because they got some running back's name.
Seriously? No,
No,
you should have let him sit there for a minute.
No, okay.
Not knowing Philly's running back.
Saquon puts up 40 in fantasy, and yeah, they beat him.
All right, Houston, Jacksonville.
Houston. Jacksonville drops to 0-4. There's nothing else I need to say about this. Jacksonville's not a good team.
Yeah, give me Houston. They're having a rough time. Jacksonville is. They won't get any better versus a really talented Houston team.
No Mixon though this week.
I didn't know that.
Again.
Yeah,
Alright.
Houston wins because Trevor Lawrence looks like a girl and CJ Stroud is good at football. So.
All right.
Pittsburgh, Indianapolis.
I went with Pittsburgh here. I think they're going to go 4-0. I think Justin Fields has honestly solidified new quarterback one. I think Russ is going to sit behind him the rest of the year. Pittsburgh winning this one pretty easily. The Colts don't look as good as a lot of people are saying. But I don't know. I think Pittsburgh's defense.
They still have Jonathan Taylor.
They do.
All right.
And he's played really well.
I don't disagree with you on that Fields thing, but I think they're going to give Russ a shot before they bench him. But yeah, this Pittsburgh defense is going to be too much for a young Indianapolis offense. Low scoring, lots of punts. Wouldn't want to watch it. Give me Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Jonathan Taylor runs all over Pittsburgh and wins it for.
Yeah,
this is why you prepare, guys.
You seem like you like running backs, honestly.
Yeah, he has
the fantasy running back.
Rams, Bears.
I think I went with the Bears on this one. I think Caleb Williams in the run game gets going finally in this game, and I think they get an upset here. The Rams are banged up. They were able to win last week. I don't think they can do it again.
Yeah, it's a banged up Rams team against Caleb Williams, who's mediocre at best so far this season. Low scoring game. Rams are a little better though.
Okay.
Than the Rams.
Yeah, Jared Goff dominates Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams a bust, and they destroy him.
All right, Cardinals.
Wait. Can we go back to what you just said?
Caleb Williams is a bust.
Jared Goff dominates Caleb Williams.
Yeah, he does.
He does not play for the Rams.
Oh yeah, that's Matthew Stafford.
Oh yeah, Matthew Stafford.
How did y'all both not catch
that? I don't listen to him.
That trade happened 4 years ago.
Okay, Cardinals, Commanders. Cardinals, Commanders.
I went with Washington on this one. They have the best quarterback in the league right now.
So wrong. Oh my God.
They have the best quarterback of last week on their team right now. Okay. I think he keeps going. I think Jaden Daniels plays really, really well. I think they're able to run the ball against Arizona. I think it's a very high-scoring game. But
yeah, it's going to be a really good game, close battle to the end. But I think Washington's a little too high. They're going to get humbled by Arizona this week.
Kyler and Jaden's going to be a cool matchup.
Yeah. Best quarterback in the history of college football. Goes and wins it.
Oh my gosh. Okay, San Francisco, New England.
I ended up going San Francisco with this one. I do think it's closer than a lot of people think. 49ers won last week with a banged-up team. They're still very banged up. Christian McCaffrey might not even play the rest of the year. I have 49ers coming out on top, but I think they win it by a field goal.
All right, I got 49ers as well. It's bad versus good. So the slow start doesn't matter for the 49ers. Bad versus good. We'll give me good.
Yeah, the 49ers will win it. Yeah, just because.
All right, yeah, your preparation's really shown.
Yeah.
Raiders, Browns.
I went with the Browns on this one. The Browns played exceptionally well last week against the Giants. They weren't able to come out on top. Deshaun Watson looked a lot better in the second half, and Amari Cooper looks like he's finally hitting his stride. I think this offense looks really good in Week 4, and Cleveland comes out on top.
Yeah, Las Vegas is a joke. They got killed by the redheaded revenge of Andy Dalton in Carolina. They won't do anything versus a really stout Cleveland defense. Give me Cleveland. Low scoring game.
Dude, they still have Devontae Adams?
Yes.
All right, so...
You don't even know anything.
Last play of the game, Hail Mary, Devontae Adams, and they beat the Browns.
Pull Colorado.
Okay. All right. That game was so good last week.
That was cool.
So good.
Kansas City and the Chargers.
I have Kansas City by 1,000,000. I think the Chargers are going to be able to run the ball, and that's about it. J.K. Dobbins has a good game, but besides that, Justin Herbert might not even play. Kansas City wins this one.
Yeah, Kansas City is the best team in football. Not a question.
That's Washington.
No,
and the Saints number 2. I'd say it's Washington and the Saints number 1.
Y'all are such terrible people. All right, the Chargers will give them a run for their money. Give me the Chiefs.
Oh yeah, the Chargers are gonna be winning going in the last quarter, last drive, but the NFL is scripted, so the Chiefs pull it out.
The refs will pull that flag.
It's actually a great pull.
Yeah, incomplete pass. Wait till it goes incomplete.
Yeah,
just wait. All right, Buffalo, Baltimore.
This game's on Sunday Night Football. Probably the best game of the week.
Definitely the best game of the week.
I don't know. I have the Bills winning this one. I don't know. It was kind of a pick 'em for me. I think the Bills, I don't know. They look better than a lot of people thought they were going to be, and their receivers look good. So I think the Bills come out on top.
Yeah, Baltimore's coming off a big win. Kind of a pick 'em game, but the vibes are just too high in Buffalo right now. Just too high. I'm going to say it till they lose. Josh Allen does not need receivers. Give me the Bills.
I mean, his receivers are playing pretty well, though. To be fair, Shakir's playing.
They're NFL receivers. So
yeah. I mean,
there's
they're
a lot
still
of parity. But anyway, you go ahead.
Yeah, the Bills are gonna win it because their defense gets a ton of points in fantasy, a ton of turnovers.
Name one player on the Bills besides Josh Allen.
DeMar Hamlin.
All right, Dolphins.
Yeah, you got a pick last week, by the way, guys. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, and he hurt Tua. Dolphins, Tennessee.
That's crazy to think about.
Dolphins, Titans.
I don't know. I'm not watching this game no matter what. This game sounds horrible. It's Will Levis, Skylar Thompson. Skylar Thompson might not even play.
It's Tim Boyle.
Tim Boyle, baby!
He still plays? Like
He's on the team. Let's go.
I did not know that. Tennessee's going to win this one. I think Will Levis plays a little bit better. But I think this game is maybe 6-3 at the end.
Yeah, this is one of the games that I want you to pick with me on because I'm so unsure.
Game
it's
sounds
such a bad
horrible.
Game. Pitiful game, pitiful quarterbacks. Ended up going Miami because Tyreek run fast.
You gotta have a quarterback.
Will Levis the rookie, right?
He's a second year.
Make your pick, bud.
Will Levis wins it.
Okay. Yeah, I saw a Mayo commercial with him the other day. Like
awesome.
he actually got the Mayo
thing.
All right,
another Monday Night Football game because Monday Night Football, Miami, Tennessee. Monday Night Football, Detroit, Seattle.
I watched this game over the other one every single time. I went with the Lions. Seattle does drop their first game. They're playing very well. I think it's close, and I think Seattle ends up making the playoffs this year. But I do have the Lions winning this one. I don't know. I think Jahmyr Gibbs has a good game.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is Seattle's real first test of the year.
Yeah, I'd say that's fair.
And it's going to be a well-played, close game. Two teams that play well, just sound football. But Detroit pulls away at the end. Give me Detroit.
Yeah, Detroit wins it. They go for it on 4th down, 4th and goal from the 10-yard line, and win it on the last play of the game.
Yeah, down by 3.
Yo, wait, doesn't he have what are the things we said with Jacob last week, where it was like his crazy picks or whatever? His
Oh yeah, we're not doing that.
But like that. By the way, that is one
from the 10-yard line. They're going for it.
They're gonna go for it on Monday Night Football. They're gonna go for it on 4th down. I'll bet you $5 that does not happen.
I'm not doing that.
Okay.
All right, yeah, because it was like Jacobs weren't that crazy. Like it's Seattle minus 20, and it happened, and I was like, that's not that crazy.
It's
all right, bonus pick, Bama, Georgia, James.
Oh, I love that we did this because I want to talk about this game a little bit.
It's not worth
in Tuscaloosa. Georgia's gonna go in there. It's pretty much a pick'em game. I have the one and only Alabama Crimson Tide coming out on top in this one. I think it's very close. If Georgia, in my opinion, Georgia dropping this game kicks them out of the playoffs. I think they have 2 losses and they're out.
Who else they lose to?
I think lose Texas.
Ole Miss.
They might lose Texas.
Texas, and I think the Ole Miss game's close.
I think they'll lose one. I think they definitely lose one. I don't know. There's so much uncertainty with this Alabama team right now. So much uncertainty. I gotta see it before I believe it. Give me Georgia.
Yeah, I mean their best receiver's a freshman. It's just tough.
Luke,
preparation. Bama's gonna take it. Just because Kalen Bower's a good coach. And
okay, yeah, that's been shown already.
Kirby Smart's a better coach.
Georgia's players like to go speeding around and stuff.
Okay.
Baby.
Okay.
But yeah, they did almost lose to South Florida. Anyway, let's do Dog of the Week. Real quick before we get out of here, not James. Luke will do it with us.
He will.
Yeah.
I'll start. My Dog of the Week, Alonzo Barnett, quarterback from James Madison. He went 22 for 34. 388 yards, 5 touchdowns. That's good for a 95.5 QBR. Also had 13 carries, 99 yards, 2 touchdowns, so almost a 100-yard rusher. I think he was their leading rusher. It's had 7 total touchdowns for my boy Barnett. He led James Madison to a 70-50 win over North Carolina. They actually scored in all 3 facets of the game. Had 2 defensive touchdowns, 7 offensive touchdowns, and a touchdown special teams on a block punt, I think. So yeah.
Okay, so my Dog of the Week this week is from Clemson. I went with Cade Klubnik. He had a lot of pressure on him at the start of the year. Going up against Georgia, he did not play well in that game. That game was honestly a bloodbath in the second half, and he played horribly. But this game against NC State, who NC State was supposed to be a good team, they don't look as good. They scored 60. And he had a very good game. He went 16 for 24, 209 yards, 3 touchdowns. He had almost an 100 QBR. He had 4 carries for 70 yards and a touchdown, so 4 total touchdowns. Clay Klubnik, he just had a lot of pressure on him, and I'm very impressed with how he's played and how he's trying to turn Clemson's season around.
Yeah, I want to shout out Graham Rich for basically that exact reason.
Mm-hmm.
With his job on the line, lots of pressure, going in an SEC game, a team that's not supposed to be good, they went out and dominated.
Yeah, you almost picked him.
Didn't he get benched?
No, he didn't.
They're splitting reps still.
Splitting reps, but he came out and played almost the entire game.
Yeah, but he's just fast.
The true freshman went 7 for 7, and he went like 21 for 23.
Wasn't he a 5-star?
Yeah.
Langway?
All right, who's your Dog of the Week, my friend?
So we got junior running back from Iowa, Caleb Johnson, with 206 rushing yards and 3 touchdowns, averaging 10 yards a carry. Carried Iowa to the 31-14 win over Minnesota.
Yo, can we talk about how Iowa scored 31 points this week?
They scored
40
I think
the over-under was probably like 27. All right.
It always is, bro.
Anyway, thank you all for listening. This was a great episode. Go check out the audio if you're on audio. If you're on video, audio, check out... Just go check out the other stuff. YouTube, Spotify, Instagram, TikTok for short stuff. And like, subscribe, all that. And we'll see you all in the next one.
Kick us out of here, Tyler.
Peace.
See ya.